For years now, we've heard about adding extra protein to diets through things like bars and shakes to keep us feeling full and help build muscles. But recently, protein has stepped into the spotlight, with traditionally non-protein packed products adding an extra boost, forcing the question, am I getting enough or even eating too much? You've probably noticed protein is everywhere right now, from your grocery store shelves.
Mucker says it's going to give its Uncrustable sandwiches a protein boost.
To an added protein boost to things like your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or morning lattes. But when it comes to feeding yourself and your family, is all that added protein necessary?
Well, it's definitely something that is just screamed at everyone now of protein goals. What are your protein goals? Are you getting enough?
Hannah McLeod is a mother of 3 here in Spokane. When it comes to protein, she says she tries to make a conscious effort to include it in every meal.
And I think especially as moms, there is so much noise coming at us of like, what do I focus on? What do I feed myself? What do I feed my kids? And just focusing on, hey, let's get more protein in our diet isn't easy. It's not overwhelming.
But for some people, the extra protein push can cause a sense of anxiety.
It's like the fun house at the grocery store, like the extra protein to make you go, am I doing enough?
Stephanie and Sophie are registered dietitians at Rooted Nutrition Counseling in Spokane. They say when it comes to the average person, odds are you're already hitting your protein goals by eating things like meat, dairy, and eggs.
What I see when folks coming into my office is a lot of anxiety about getting enough protein, and when we do a dietary recall, what I end up seeing is folks are actually under eating carbohydrates and fat and are getting way more than what they end up needing from a protein standpoint.
So it is mending and it's building. It is maintaining the integrity of our body, and it is really important. It's just that we don't need as much as the world is telling us.
According to Stephanie and Sophie, protein should make up about 15 to 25% of your total daily nutrition. Carbohydrates should be at 50%, and fat sits between 25 and 35%. These numbers can vary person to person, but overall, it's important to make sure your diet has balance.
Protein is very important for a lot of bodily function, but it is not the star of the show. It requires these other star players to sort of support it. Whenever we over-prioritize something, we're under-prioritizing something else. The under-prioritization is usually what causes negative health outcomes. It's what's missing and not so much what's present.
And when it comes to kids, parents can look at those protein-packed foods as a way to fill in nutrition gaps and keep them feeling full.
The fortified foods and the supplemental type foods can be a really helpful tool if your kiddo's having a hard time growing or just is a picky eater. That's wonderful. For the rest of kids, they tend to do a pretty good job.
But in the end, Stephanie and Sophie say, while protein has an important role in our diets, be careful not to get too caught up in the marketing.
Only buy it if you like it, if it's on sale, if it works for you, but pivoting all of those other products to the protein added ones isn't necessary.
And a question that's come up a lot during this story is there a possibility I'm having too much protein?
That was my question.
Yeah, it's a fair one, and I guess the simple answer is no, for the most part at least. There are ways to hurt your body if you're blowing things way out of proportion and eating a ton of protein. You can do some damage to your kidneys, but it would take a lot to do that. But according to Stephanie and Sophie, basically it ends up being just unused and wasted by your body, and odds are if you're overdoing it on the protein standpoint, like they said, you're neglecting some other areas in your diet to kind of keep your body full functioning and running.
I love that story because it's everywhere and it's just bombarding us.
It's hard to escape, that's for sure.
Good stuff.